What is going on, guys? I hope everybody is having a fantastic day or a fantastic week. In this video, I want to talk about how, in my opinion, you should be setting goals. This is how I've set my goals. I don't hear very many people breaking it down the way I'm going to do in this video. Like, I'm really going to break down how to achieve your goals and make sure you 100% achieve them. I've never heard anyone else go over what I'm going to go over in this video, and I really think this is the very best way to go ahead and achieve your goals. So the first thing you need to do is you need to decide where you want to be in revenue. Let's say I'm assuming you own an agency or you are owning some type of business where you're selling business to business. And in this example, I'm going to assume you're an agency owner because that's really what my channel is about. It's about running a digital marketing agency. And I'm going to talk about this in terms of monthly retainer. So let's just say your goal is $100,000 a month. That is where you want to be, right? You want to be at $100,000 a month. 12 months from now. Let's assume you're at zero, right? You haven't made any sales, but you want to be at $100,000 a month. So here's how you will go ahead and achieve that goal. The first thing you need to do is you need to take out a piece of paper and a pen if you don't already have one in front of you, which I suggest you do. Pause this video and grab one if you don't already so you can do this math with me and do this for yourself if you haven't already. You say, okay, I want to be at $100,000 a month with my business, and I'm at zero right now, just assuming. So you need to divide that number by 12. Grab out a calculator, divide $100,000 by 12. I'm horrible at math, but let's just call that $8,000, right? We don't need to get real technical here. It's just for an example. So $8,000, okay? Now you need to say, okay, how many deals do I need to close a month in order to close $8,000 a month worth of deals? How many deals a month do I need to do in order to achieve that? In order to do $8,000 a month, right? Close $8,000 this month, January, close $8,000 February, March, April, close $8,000 every month, because that would get you to $100,000 a month, assuming you keep all of those clients, which you probably won't. Well, you definitely won't, unless you're just a complete beast at retention. But we're just going to assume in this example you keep every client. So we'd say, okay, $100,000 a month, that would require you to close $8,000 a month worth of deals. So, okay, now let's say the average package that you're selling is $2,000 a month. So we would divide $8,000 by $2,000, and we say, okay, that's 4. So you need to close 4 deals at $2,000 a month in order for you to achieve that $8,000 a month, that $100,000 a month goal by the end of 12 months. I hope you're following me here. So you need to close $2,000 worth of deals a week. So that means you would need to close 1 deal at $2,000 a month each week. So now you would say, okay, how can I go ahead and close $2,000 a month worth of deals? How many meetings would I need in order to do that? In order to close $2,000 a week worth of deals. How many meetings would I need to close 1 deal at $2,000 a month each week? So let's assume that your closing rate is 10%. You close 1 out of every 10 people who gets on the phone with you. So you would say, okay, I need at least 10 meetings a week. 10 meetings a week in order to close 1 deal at $2,000 a month. Bare minimum, you need 10 meetings. Now you would say, okay, now how can I get at least 10 meetings? You're probably going to need more than 10 meetings because people are going to cancel. People are just not going to show up to your meeting. Things are going to happen. Things just happen. People might not answer your phone call. They might forget they had a meeting with you. Things just happen all the time. Of course, there's things you can do to prevent that, but that's not what this video is about. So let's just assume you're at 10 meetings a week, right? That's just what we're talking about here. You need 10 meetings a week to close one deal at $2,000 a month. And if you can close one client at $2,000 a month, every week for 12 months, you will now hit that $100,000 a month goal, which is your ultimate goal. So now we say, okay, 10 meetings. Okay, now we have to break down what is required in order to hit 10 meetings. Now, this is something that might take a little bit of experience. For example, here's what I mean. For example, on a Friday, I know I need to make 100 calls in order to get on the phone with 5 business owners. On average, that's what the number seems to be. And Fridays seem to be the best day to do that. So, I mean, some days it's 10, but let's just call it 5, right? So I say, okay, that means that in order for me to schedule 5 meetings, I need to make 100 calls. So then I say, okay, that means I need to make 200 calls on that Friday, or I need to make some other number of calls Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? Because the rate you're going to get the business owner on the phone is going to differ each day, right? But you're going to need to kind of estimate and figure that out. So let's just say it takes 400 calls a week in order to schedule that 10 meetings. You would say, okay, great. I need to make 400 calls a week. Now divide that by 7. Because if you're like me, you'll make calls on the weekend. Or divide it by 5, whatever. So go ahead and do that, and then it says, okay, I need to make, I think it's 80. I need to make 80 calls a day if I call Monday through Friday in order for me to go ahead and schedule 10 meetings. And if I close one out of those 10 meetings at $2,000 a month, then I'll say, okay, great. But now here's what you also have to think about. How can you go ahead and schedule 10 meetings for not only this week, but next week? So if you're just starting this, if you are right now just starting this, I already have 10 meetings for next week. So when I'm not in a meeting, I'm using that time to set up meetings for the following week, right? So if it's January 1st right now, because we're just assuming you're doing this at the beginning of the year, if it's January 1st, you would need to be able to set up meetings for this week and next week in order to achieve that goal in theory, right? So here's what I'll do. I will make a ton of calls and do a ton of prospecting on Monday and Tuesday, and I would schedule all my meetings for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And when I don't have a meeting on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I would schedule my meetings for the following week. So I'm not really trying. I hope this isn't that complicated for you. I hope this makes sense. I'm making it a little bit too complicated right now. But anyway, to summarize, this is what I believe to be the best way to set goals. Set the yearly goal, then break that yearly goal into a monthly goal, revenue goal. So $100,000, break that down, let's just call that $8,000 a month, right? Because 8,000 times 12 equals close to 100,000, right? So then, okay, break that down into weekly goals. So 8,000 divided by 4, because there's 4 weeks in a month, right? Divide, or on average, whatever. So just divide that by 4. And then we'll say, okay, so now that's $2,000. So then break down, okay, what does it take for me to close $2,000? $2,000 a week. How many meetings would it take? 10. Okay, then now what actions do I need to take to go ahead and schedule those meetings? That is how you go ahead and do this. That is how you go ahead and achieve your goals, right? And it requires a lot of work, or a lot of planning in order for you to go ahead and do this. Here's another option. You could hit $10,000, and then after you hit $10,000 a month, hire a salesperson and then train them to go ahead and close a certain amount of deals every month. And then whatever they're not doing, you could do. Or you can hire an entire team of salespeople. But regardless, that's how you go ahead and accomplish those goals. Even if you hire salespeople, at the end of the day, now you have to say, okay, what does my team have to do in order for us to achieve our revenue goal? How many meetings does each person need? How many prospects? How many meetings does each person need? What do they need to do? And that's how you build a profitable business. You can just assign each person the job, right? Okay, you need to make 100 calls this week, or forget that. You need to schedule 10 meetings this week. You need to schedule 10 meetings this week. You need to schedule 10 meetings this week. This is how many calls you need to make minimum in order to achieve that goal. But if you need to make more, you need to make more. Or if it's less, fantastic. Or if you can do something other than calls, fantastic. But that is how you achieve your goals. You have to break down like that. And another thing that helps is I personally use the 10X Planner. I thought I had it near me. I guess I don't. I use the 10X Planner, and if you don't know what the 10X Planner is, Google 10X Planner. It'll be the first thing that comes up. It's from Grant Cardone. Best planner I've ever used. So that really helps you achieve your goals, because then you can write your goals down every day. You write down your goals twice a day, you're a lot more likely to achieve them. And if you also plan out each day and what actions you're going to need to take each day in order to get closer to your goal, you will, and you'll keep yourself accountable. So I hope that was valuable. That is how you achieve that is how you achieve goals. If you're in the agency business, I mean, I really think this could be used for any type of business. Really, you just would have to do the math a little bit differently, because I'm assuming that, you know, when you close a business, it's going to be reoccurring, right? For you, it's going to be different. Even if you're selling business to consumer, you do e-commerce. You can still do this goal the same way. Say, how many sales do I need in order for me to achieve that goal? Same thing, right? So I hope this was valuable, guys. And I'll see you in the next video. Once again, my name is Tristan Vision. I make videos every single, well, that's a lie. Not every single day. I make videos pretty often, whenever I can. Full-time, I run my agency. So follow me on Instagram at Tristan Vision. Like this video and also subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. I hope this was valuable.